1x1x2, or as they brand it as the Boob cube. So yeah, I'm sure this is just meant to be, you know, a fun little puzzle to complete your collection or give to non-cubers. But yeah, that looks really, really awesome. So let's just go ahead and see how this thing turns. Wow, super, super smooth. Yeah, I keep having this tendency to do the R and L moves, but wow, that is just really nice turning. So yeah, I'm not sure there's much to the mechanism here, but seems pretty cool either way. So yeah, if you're wanting, you know, just a fun little mod to complete that series in your collection, or you have a non-cuber that likes the look of puzzles, then definitely look into this. Super smooth turning and, you know, just a really cool novelty item. Alright, so now into the X cube. Alright, so here is the puzzle. Super cool looking logo there. Yeah, it looks really nice. And it's actually a pretty nice size. It's pretty comfortable to hold, but let's just see how this thing turns. Pretty stiff, but you know, it's better than I expected it to be since it is a fairly complex puzzle. Wow, these inner layers are actually really smooth. Yeah, it turns really nicely. It even corner cuts, so wow, that is just really cool. So if you don't know, the X Cube is a 3x3x5 mod, and so if you were to just eliminate these outer layers, you would have a 3x3x5. So I'm not too sure how the solving is. I think you solve this inner 3x3 first and then work your way out, but yeah, it'll be a pretty interesting solve. But so far out of the box, it turns really, really well, and I can tell it's super high quality. So yeah, I can't wait to learn how to solve it, but let's just go ahead and give this thing a scramble. So yeah, it shape shifts and everything. It looks really, really cool. So you do have to get the pieces in line with each other, but it seems like this thing is tensionable, so that'll be good. I'll mess around with the tensions, and then maybe the corner cutting will improve. But even though it's not meant to be a speed cube, it turns very well. So yeah, there is the scrambled state. I just realized that I forgot to do the cuboid moves first before the shapeshifting, but either way it looks really, really awesome, and I can't wait to learn how to solve it. Alright, so the last thing we have here, the X2. Now this looks super, super awesome, so let's just go ahead and open this thing up. Pretty complex packaging, but it looks pretty sleek and super cool. So wow, here is the puzzle. Let's just get this packaging out of the way. So wow, here it is. First impressions, these extensions here are a little bit rattly, but you know, let's just see how this beast turns. Whoa, that is super nice. Yeah, not stiff at all. It just has that crunchy type of feeling. Wow. These extensions here are a little bit catchy, but still turns regardless. You know, I'm not sure. Maybe it's too loose. Yeah, so that seems to be the issue here. So I'll definitely, you know, tighten this a bit, and so that may be what's causing the extensions to be a little loose and in turn cause that catching. But these X Cube extensions, still really nice turning. So yeah, this is definitely really impressive, especially for this size of such a complex puzzle. It turns really nicely, and you can see that mechanism there. So this top extension hooks onto this first extension, and I'm sure that in a way hooks to this middle 3x3 section here. So it seems like I've scrambled this thing in the midst of trying to do a checkerboard. But these extensions are actually fairly stable, considering the mechanism. And, you know, I don't think I'm going to have to worry about pops or anything like that. It just seems like a super high quality puzzle. And one thing that I'm really liking too, and I noticed on the X Cube, when you make these turns and the pieces go over the stickers, I'm actually not too worried about these stickers tripping off or anything like that, because it doesn't seem like these pieces are going to catch on those. And yeah, it just doesn't seem like it's going to be damaged fairly easily. So I suppose we just might as well go ahead and scramble it since it's already scrambled anyway. So with any cuboid, you should always do these type of cuboid scrambles first and then shapeshift it. Something that I forgot to do on the X Cube. But this looks super awesome. So as with the X Cube being a 3x3x5 mod, this is a 3x3x7 mod. You can see here, if you were to take these two ends of the extensions out, you'd have a 3x3x7. So I'm sure it has the same overall solving concepts as any other 3x3x7 or cuboid, but maybe it just takes longer than the X Cube. Alright, so now into the shape-shifting moves. Yeah, you're gonna have to get used to aligning all the pieces. That looks super crazy, oh my goodness. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it scrambled at that. That looks super, super cool. So even though it's on these pretty loose tensions out of the box, the extensions aren't really coming out of place all that much. It's just kind of rattling a bit. So I'll definitely play around this thing. It looks super, super cool. I can tell it's definitely a really high quality puzzle. So it's been a few days since having the puzzles, and after solving them for a little bit, I can definitely vouch for their quality and the satisfaction in solving them. The Boob Cube, as I'm sure you know, is a very simple puzzle to solve, but you know, it's just a fun little novelty item to have in your collection and to give to non-cubers. And the X Cube and X2 are super, super awesome to solve, really fun and really enjoyable. The X Cube is actually not too difficult. A lot of the core concepts come from a 3x3 and the centers of a 5x5, and besides that, you just need to know a few cuboid algs. The X2 is just a little more complex, but still really enjoyable and not too difficult at all. And after tensioning these puzzles for a little bit, they actually turn fairly nicely for non-WCA puzzles, and I can definitely say that the X Cube series are my favorite non-WCA events. And so I definitely recommend that you guys check these out. If not, check out their website. And so I hope you guys did enjoy this unboxing, and I'll see you guys in the next one.